Over the last 5 years, I got really obsessed studying e-commerce brands, studying the successful ones and then actually working with them. So with my company, we ended up working with a lot of them and we did a lot of work for free and learned all the secrets of the trade. And then we got shares in some of these companies. And today these companies do between $500,000 and $1 million a month. Today I'm going to share with you how you can go from 0 to 3 to about 10 million. That's kind of the cap on that as a roadmap, because sequence here is really important, and messing up the wrong steps can cost you years of time that you're doing work and you're doing hard things and then you're not moving forward. And a lot of brands get stuck. First of all, why you want to do an e-commerce brand rather than doing just a dropshipping business. I love dropshipping businesses for testing products and for seeing what works and what doesn't work. But dropshipping businesses are really not future-proof. So I rather spend a year building a really strong brand that then supports me for the next decade, and over the next year trying another product and another product and another product that only ever runs as long as your Facebook account lives and you don't get shut down. So I want to build something that is long-term future-proof, and if that's something you're into, if that's something that makes sense to you, then pay attention to this video. I'm really excited to share this with you. So let's jump right in. The very first step when you're starting your business, when you're starting out your e-commerce business, is channel market fit. So maybe you have heard of product market fit, which is often used in like the software space or something like that. Basically the definition of it's working. We have a product that people like. Channel market fit goes a little bit deeper. So for example, we have brands that started on Kickstarter. If you sell a female product, it doesn't work on Kickstarter because Kickstarter users are 80% male. So the channel doesn't support what you're selling. The same way that if you have a $20 product, a $30 product, YouTube might be too expensive. But on the other side, if you have a $1,000 product, TikTok's not going to work. So channel market fit is all about combining the leverage that you have on the channel with your audience and the product. You all need to combine them. In the end of the day, it doesn't matter what platforms you use. It doesn't matter where you started, because in the end of the day, when you build a brand, you have multiple channels. You have multiple things how you make money. How I define channel market fit, it's having something working on a channel that breaks even at scale. So for example, if I have a product on Facebook that breaks even after buying the product, shipping the product, and paying the ads for the product, and I have zero profit left, but I can scale that to $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month, that's great. That's a winner. So if I can't hit that, then I stop, then I choose another product. This is the minimum metric that I look for. Why I don't care about profits, I will go into that in the next one. Because the mistake that most people do is when they have product channel fit, they have something working, then they want to scale the shit out of it. Because you see all the YouTube videos and you see all the e-com millionaires and you're like, I just have this one product, this one dropshipping thing is working, now I'm going to scale this to $1 million a month. That's not going to fly because of this thing. Product experience. That one is really, really important. I made a whole video about that, so you can check that out. But what that basically means is initially you can sell a product that sucks a little bit, but that sells. But you can't scale that business. You need to have something that people actually like. So you need to give a product that people like. Why? Because if people don't like your product, you're going to get bad reviews. Facebook's going to shut you down. PayPal's going to shut you down. And I'm talking about that from experience. So what you want to look at is, what is your return rate? And if your return rates or the refund rates of your products is more than 2 or 3%, you have to fix this first. You look at that. You can measure your NPS score. I'm not going to go into that in depth because we have a whole video about that. And you can look at your referrals. How many customers are referring other customers? If all of your customers use the product and none of your customers tells their friend about it because it was such a good experience, you need to fix that. This is one of the main mistakes people do and where they get stuck and where they crash and burn. So I closed a business before that did $100,000 per month. Because I didn't fix this, I crashed. That's what killed the business. So I hope you can avoid that. Then the next step, when are we going to make money? Now we're going to make money so we can actually scale. When you scale the business, you scale it in two ways. You're adding more customers to your business or you're making them worth more. So there's two steps you can do. On one side, you need to scale and you need to add channels. So if you started on Facebook, you want to scale Facebook as much as possible and then try to add other channels that can also make you money. But at the same time, you need to do LTV. So what LTV stands for is lifetime value. This is the most tricky time. This is the time that takes most work, most effort, where really most people make mistakes. So a lot of times here, because it gets hard, people just add more products, but that's the worst thing that you can do at this stage. What you want to do to scale, you want to make sure that you don't look for other winning products, but you want to make sure that you optimize how much every customer can give you. For example, like you're selling curtains. You can sell more curtains to people, so you have an upsell, so people give you more money over time. You can sell adjacent products to it, so you can sell curtain rails or steamers for the curtains that the same avatar, the same user could use. Because the more money every person pays you, the more you can scale. And then you actually have room and you have profits to do more and to scale your business. So this is normally when we approach brands where we see it, between $3 and $5 million. That's all you need to do. But at this stage, you only have an e-commerce business. You haven't built brand yet. So that means you have a couple of channels and customers are actually, worth a little bit of money. So you have room and profit to scale that. But it doesn't mean you have a brand. That can get you to $3 to $5 million. Just that, without adding new winning product. Very, very important. But then, to really grow your business, you want to go into brand building. So brand building has a couple of things. What means brand building? You want people to be aware of you, aware of your name, aware of your brand, aware that you exist. If you can build a good brand, you can charge higher prices and convert higher, and people already know you. People that bought from you buy again, and people that bought from you tell their friends about you, and then they come and buy. So you get all of those free sales from LTV and word of mouth that then translates into extra profits. So now those extra profits you can put into brand building, growing your brand. So having a big brand just means many people know you. So the more people know your name or your products or your business, the greater is your brand. You can do that through things like KOL campaigns and PR. So you can go, now you have the money to go to major magazines. You can go to Cosmopolitan and Women's Health and things like that if you sell a female product and they can feature you. You don't see a return on that. So if you come from like a direct ads experience, this is going to seem so weird. But this is where most of the money comes from. There's no direct return immediately. But what it does, it builds your brand so more people are aware of you, so more people look for you. And then you can actually monetize that branded traffic. This is where most brands make most money, and that is what enables them to go from like 3 to 5 million to 10 million. And I forgot SEO here, by the way. So here, this is all about long-term. Now you're not investing into direct marketing, you're investing into long-term marketing, building your brand, building your voice, KOL, PR, SEO, all of those no return, boring things that, eventually you have to have faith in that down the line they will pay out. And that is just because when people look for the brand on Google, they see all the PR articles. You're already there. You have SEO in place. To make this simple, the whole objective of brand building is to get more people to know you. That's it. Once more people know you, you can monetize that. So for example, when we look at Google ads, a lot of the $10 million brands, they don't even do cold ads. So cold ad means I have a keyword like iPad stand, right? A lot of brands don't do these because they're scaled so much that it doesn't make sense. But they would then look for the brand name. So if you look for the brand name, then you have the Google ads, you click on it, and all of a sudden you have 6 ROAS, 8 ROAS, 10 ROAS on those branded keywords. That's where all the money is. It just takes time to do it, and no one want to do it because everyone just want to make the quick buck. But once you did that, now your profits are so high because people just look for your name and you don't have to pay much for that. So then all you do is scale with word of mouth and LTV. At this point, the whole dynamic of your business changes. You don't have to acquire customers profitably anymore. Because before you look at it, when you're just starting out, it's like, okay, I'm paying this much in an ad and I make this much money back. I make profit. I'm good. At this stage, these brands don't give a shit about that anymore. You don't have to have profit because half of the business is acquiring customers and then half of the revenue just comes from people that buy again in the future, or it comes from people that refer their friends to you. That is enough, and that's where 100% of the profits come from that then get reinvested into brand building. So when you're just starting out, when you're an e-commerce business, you focus on the top. You focus on how can I create a great product experience? How can I find as many channel markets fits as possible? How can I make my customers worth more? Then the business changes at 3 million. And that's where most people miss the jump because they say, I can scale more by adding more channels, but that's not true. The whole game changes. You start investing into building your brand. Your brand gives you branded traffic that you can monetize. You reinvest that to grow your brand and have this as a flywheel. And you monetize and profit from your LTV and from your word of mouth. And essentially, that's all that there is to it. So when you're just starting out, don't stress about any of this now, but keep in mind that you have that. So when you're running your campaigns on the top, and when you're running your first ads, and when you're making your first dollars, and when you start making money, don't worry about how much profit you make so you can rent that Lamborghini this month. It doesn't matter. All you want to do is find a great product, give people a great experience, scale some of the channels, make people worth more. Then you can build a brand. And then you don't have to worry about it. If Facebook shuts you down, if Google shuts you down, if anything happens with any of your ads account, you're not a slave to that. Because these things here, they stay long term. So if you have a PR article that ranks for best iPad stand and you're up there, that doesn't disappear overnight. If your website is ranked in SEO and people find you because they're looking online for best iPhone stand, you're there. You're not going to just disappear. When KOLs on YouTube are talking about your brand all day and all night and you're everywhere, that doesn't go away. I know it's not easy. Doing this in the wrong sequence normally leads to something not working, something breaking, leads to frustration. So I hope if you can just follow a simple roadmap or at least take that as a guidance. This is what we use and what we follow. I hope it's helpful to you. If you like this, if you want to see more videos, how we build our brand behind the scenes, subscribe to this channel and I'll see you there.